had here.
I know.
Very strange. Think we are live?
All right, then, time is it?
6:01.
Calling the meeting to order, 6:01. Any changes to the agenda?
I don't have any.
Okay. So public comment. We don't well, we do have public. Pamela might want to comment.
No comment.
No
I
comments?
appreciate you all.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. So no, well, do we have anybody online that wants to comment?
No, we stream. I don't have this open.
Oh,
for
gotcha,
people
gotcha,
to
gotcha. Okay.
Join online.
Okay, good enough. So the first item on the agenda is the board member oath. Iris Beaver.
Wonderful. Yes.
So
Do you just want me to read it?
I don't know.
Well, you go stand up there next to the podium with
Oh,
Pamela,
okay.
and I think she'll lead the way.
I'm gonna repeat after you.
Okay. Will you raise your right hand? Say, I, Iris Lever,
I, Iris Lever,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will honestly, faithfully, and ethically
that I will honestly, faithfully, and ethically
discharge my duties as a member of the Board of Directors
discharge my duties as a member of the Board of Directors
for the Chetco Public Library District.
for the Chetco Community Public Library District,
And that I will support the laws
and that I will support the laws
and Constitution of the State of Oregon
and Constitution of the State of Oregon
and of the United States of America
and of the United States of America
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my abilities.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, Iris.
Thank you.
Okay, so now that you. What can we put it
I
on?
can have an opinion.
Yes, you can certainly have an opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks, Pam. Thank you.
Okay, the next item is approving the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? And if yes, are there any changes or corrections or comments? There are two sets. There's the regular meeting of June 16th, and there's the workshop minutes of July 8th.
I did have one slight change on the workshop minutes.
Mhm.
It's just after, is it Abigail or Abigail?
Oh, it's Abigail.
And then it's BBC, but it should be BC?
I wrote BBC. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Let me find it. There it is. Okay, corrected. Thank you. That abbreviation.
Anything else?
You can answer the workshop minutes that I'm very embarrassed that I forgot to come. My son, a family up at Low Park having a going away.
Well, that's a good reason. We had a good turnout and she watched the video after,
Yes,
so
I did.
I watched the video too.
good.
Yeah.
It was a good meeting.
It was.
You guys did a great job and I agreed with everything you had to say.
If there's no other changes to either set of minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried.
1 moment. I'm gonna put that you abstained
Oh, okay.
because you weren't here, just so you know, what if you see that in the minutes, just because you weren't at the last meetings.
You don't know if they accurately reflect.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Financial report, Phoebe.
Okay. We'll start with the Meisner Fund, and this closes us out for the fiscal year.
Yay.
Yeah. On to the audit.
Oh, no.
Okay, so at the top is highlighted the current interest, and then you can also see the year-to-date, which represents the dividends that were for the whole year.
I'm gonna give a little extra explanation here and there. for Iris.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No problem. So Meisner Fund was a balance of $15,000, $16,000? 15 that was donated to the library many years ago. Is a restricted fund and we can only spend the interest and we can only spend it on children's books. So as of right now, we just are letting the interest build. We used to just pull that interest every year and spend $100 here and there. Now we're just letting it build until we have a reason to pull it and supplement the children's collection for something special or whatever.
Like we,
So,
we can look at it and think the balance is actually like $2,400 that we could spend on children's stuff.
so
The
Yeah.
15 was-
The 15,000 is not allowed to be touched.
that's the Meisner Fund. And we have a few funds, Meisner General Fund, our Library Improvement Fund and grants. So those are the four. That's it. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So these are reports that I prepare that kind of just show us what we budgeted for the year and then show us what we actually where we're actually at for the year. So yeah, then down at the end, it shows the total account balance for that fund. And if we move this into the Oregon State Treasury for greater interest yield a year ago, 2 years ago, not long ago. So it's starting to accumulate more. Before it was very, very small.
They have a specific investment fund that only governments can use. It's called the LGIP, which stands for Local Government Investment Pool. So if you ever see LGIP, we have this and our library improvement fund, and our money generally goes into that, and we pull from it when we need.
Yeah, we keep the bulk of our tax dollars. They all go straight into a general fund account in LGIP. And then when we have a checking account that basically we use that to disperse all the funds.
The monthly, twice a month.
Twice a month we transfer in there, or when we do from the improvement or the grants, the money gets moved in there. It's the only place we write checks out of, but yeah. Okay, so then we'll move on to specific purpose library grants. No grants came in this last month, and there were some allocations spent. If you see at the top, ready to read, we use the remainder of the funds that we receive for ready to read. And then SRP is short for summer reading project. We received some money from Rogue, and that all got spent out as well. And then if you look at the bottom line there highlighted in the green, it shows just like what our account balance is at the moment. And we keep those funds in a savings account only because that way we have a $200 minimum to not incur charges. So the general fund has put $200 in there just to basically hold that account at a minimum balance so we don't incur fees, which is included in this account balance.
And I think this is a more confusing age to read kind of in general.
It definitely
is. The grants is, and so the top box is money that came in. The bottom, like, can you break down the differences between those?
Sure. So yeah, always on all of these reports, they mirror our forms that we have to submit for our budget. So we have at the top all the revenue, and then at the bottom all the expenses. So the other grants is when we budget for grants, we never know really what grants are going to be available. So we just put a big dollar amount in for any grants that we might get, and we label it other grants. And there's just a dollar amount that we will hope that we are able to find different grants that we can utilize. And so those are all tracked separately. And we have very stringent requirements with grants to show invoices and make sure that we spend the money by some, it depends on the grant, but by certain dates and all of that. So we keep very specific tabs on each and every one lined out.
But any of these we can also go over outside of meeting too.
Sure.
Your questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't spend money on one grant for expenses in another grant.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious, but
You have to do some grant stuff for my.
it happens sometimes.
Oh, you do. Yeah. So, okay.
As far as tracking it.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yes. Yeah. And we have, generally it's Julie or Kat Liddell that apply for grants. And they're the ones that keep the tabs going, but I track them all in QuickBooks and make sure and give them balances and that kind of thing. And we have a little form that we use that shows whether it's, if there's reporting requirements and all of the details of that. So we kind of share back and forth some of those responsibilities, but Okay. If there's nothing else on that, then we'll move on to library improvement fund. The library improvement fund is where we set aside dollars that are intended to go to building repairs or projects, larger size repairs and projects. And we have a separate account and the interest in that, or dividends in that, gets also applied directly to this fund. And so there's no per se income for this account. It other than the dividends that it yields or what we transfer from the either donations that are given to the library, and that's what the whole meeting was about for trying to fundraise, because this is something that's being specifically targeted, but there isn't, like, we don't have a bond or a levy or anything else, which would be more typical for these type of funds.
I do want to say where you see the 2 charges for the month for Southern Oregon storage, I told you that wouldn't be on for this year. We're trying to empty it. So hopefully it'll be done. I did communicate with the company and said, what do I need to do to get this picked up? When we can get it picked up, he said, just call me and schedule it. It won't take long. So hoping soon. Cora bought some furniture. Thank you. If anyone needs any wooden chairs.
I saw the post.
Then there's
I
still
don't need
some,
a
and a
single
couple of
thing.
tables.
I am trying to downsize.
I'm gonna reshare everything here
Oh,
soon. so we
preschool,
can-
they took the kids stuff.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh,
That's very smart.
Yeah.
It'd be sometimes hard to get rid of things.
Mhm.
Amazingly so.
Yeah, and it's like solid wood.
I'm delighted.
Yeah, she found the perfect Goldilocks chair. We didn't realize there's children's chairs, adult chairs, and apparently there's like middle grade. They're perfect height for her.
Oh,
I just.
trust me, I get it, Cora. I get it.
Might be one more youth chair.
Who was that comedian that sat in that big chair?
Oh, Lily.
Gilda,
Oh,
yeah,
Gilda
Lily
Radner.
Tomlin. There's a Gilda, I was thinking Gilda Radner too, but I think it is Lily
I
Tomlin.
think it's just
Yeah.
Lily Tomlin. Yeah.
But
The Azalea pageant queen of 1993 was my cousin Shirley Hanscom, and she did that bit.
Oh, okay.
And her
So
dad
you
built
know-
her a giant chair.
That's cute.
Yeah. That's the only reason I know.
I think we were thinking Rosanna Dana.
Yes, I think we were.
Yeah.
So if you'll notice at the top there, again, that's the income, and then the expenses are just below that. And we did transfer in, we had budgeted last year to transfer in 13,030. And so that was transferred in the month of June from
General fund.
general
Tax.
fund, tax receipts from the general fund was transferred in. And then the U line was for,
So the U line was the outdoor trash cans, the doggy bag stations that are going up, and the outdoor landscaping signage.
yeah, some of the larger landscaping project that's been worked on and paid a lot of out of a grant, actually.
Is there, like a staff person to, sorry, I should ask during the director report. Never mind, go ahead.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then the balance at the bottom is the account balance at the end of the year. And there's no other questions, so we did that one. And then next is provided the balance sheet, and you can see this balance sheet comes directly out of QuickBooks. These other reports I prepare. So the accounts balance to what's shown here. And then the general fund. The month of June is actually usually really quiet, no one-time annual expenses or anything like that that comes out, just kind of the base stuff closing out the year. But as you can see, we received more taxes than estimated and spent less than estimated,
That's always a good thing.
which is our goal.
Always do.
Which
Yeah.
is our goal, but because we can't spend it if it's not budgeted, we allow that cushion. So any questions or anything I can answer on that?
You can see how we did on the last column, the 1.06, you can see for top category, we went 6% over. But all of these little categories, we were in election services, we spent 49% of, supply, percent. So that's the most telling sheet, I think, for us in the day-to-day budgeting of the life.
Yes, it's what helps us prepare, like we use this sheet and where we're at is we're preparing for the next budget cycle and the object classification, which is personnel services, materials and services and capital outlay. That's the number we have to pay attention to. We can't go under 100% for the object classification, but the little line items, we have the flexibility to move within those.
Expensive.
Any other comments or questions on that one?
I have general questions about these, but I'm just gonna save that.
Okay, that's great.
When I tell you that I met like an hour to
Yeah.
read through things, I also met with Phoebe for a bit. You're
Mhm.
welcome. I'll tell you
Please.
you're welcome.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one email I haven't gotten back.
Yeah, it's a long one, I know. Take your time, whenever you're ready.
So then the next report is just the comparison for last year. So you can kind of compare side by side last budget year to the one we just closed out because we're now already in the next budget year.
Right. So that one's always the same month of the prior year.
Yes.
Doubled our non-resident cards.
Oh, did we? Nice. Yeah, great. There you go.
And then lastly is the credit card statement. Which I kind of just put in what budget item, what type of category each expense is for.
Well, thank you.
And then if there's any specific questions, I will try to answer them, but a lot, as you can see, a lot of the day-to-day stuff is for programming and Kat is the one that predominantly uses that card. And then, we have other things that like the Dream Host under Julie. They're the only two that have a card, by the way, Julie and Kat. And Dream Host is for the website fee. And so there's some annual fees and things like that that get charged out of here.
Yeah, and Kat tries to buy local for programs when appropriate, when we can, so that is why you see a lot of Fred Meyer and Grocery Outlet. Sometimes you'll see other local stores, Cascade, but
I'm assuming that custom ink is it's for, well, I see it's for.
It was for the shirts.
Oh, gotcha.
Shirts.
Okay.
For the summer youth program.
Which were so cute.
yeah, there is.
Yeah, sometimes paying those things by credit card just helps get a jump start and get things accomplished.
When I got here, this library did not use credit cards. Very complicated. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Took me a couple of years to convince the board.
it was a little bit of an ordeal when our last treasurer left. It was in her name. And so we had to go through the process of figuring out how to actually get it tied to the library. So Julie and I have had a lot of projects over the years that I've been here to get some things swapped around.
You get snacks for the program.
We would buy them and get reimbursed, or we did have petty cash.
I was like,
It was like,
good mark invoicing you monthly?
yeah, we would do a lot of reimbursement. Which we still do some, but.
We don't.
Very, very rarely
Yeah.
do we do reimbursements, more if
Yeah.
mileage or
Yeah.
every once in a while. Yeah.
Maybe, how long have you been here with the library?
Almost 5 years.
Wow.
And you've
Yeah.
been here.
Next month. Next month will be 5 years.
Congrats, you guys have done a lot of great.
Yeah, we've been a good team.
Don't mind.
I know, it's your time.
Any other comments or questions about the financial report? And if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve that one.
You receive it. I'll receive.
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 I'll make a motion to receive.
Yes, I never really differentiate, but I suppose it is.
I'll
receive.
second
Yeah.
that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we receive this month's financial report. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, resolution 26-27-01, accepting. Yeah, I should know what that means.
Endowment fund. I
Thank
should have
you,
written it out. Sorry.
So before I move to accept these, I just wanted to make sure it does say Friends of the Library, and the email copy said Friends of the Library on it as well as that in error.
Oh, it is an error.
Okay.
Thank
Nice.
you.
There too.
I took an old one and edited it.
I should have emailed you, and I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not
the
good.
resolution.
I can cut it.
You can change it on there and
Yeah.
it can be official,
I
that's
think it's
fine.
Do I initial it or do
Well,
they
they
initial
can
it?
initial it.
Okay,
yeah.
well, let me cross it out as we get 2 copies signed. Thank you, Cora.
Sure.
Did not even catch that. Okay. Yeah, so this is the funds we've already talked about that the endowment fund has agreed to give us. We talked about it last month and the amount towards the book return project.
I'm not gonna move because I feel weird being the treasurer and on the endowment board, so someone else move and I'll. second.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah,
Does anyone want it read? Have you all read it? Basically.
We talked about it last month. It's the.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
the
a-
basic standard, yeah.
Okay.
Book drop.
Okay.
If you read it and it's all correct on where it's allocated and everything, then
I actually didn't read it. Let me look at it right now.
But yeah, Friends of the Library is not giving us the money, it's endowment fund. It's giving us
Yeah,
the
I saw
interest
that,
on their
yeah,
CTs.
I used another
There's someone watching that
Copy
workshop.
paste.
yeah, I made a copy of
Oh, I
it
get
prior
it.
resolution
Yeah.
and then I edited them. Missed that.
I do that all the time. Sometimes miss them too. Okay. Let me know when you're.
It- Did you send it in the email?
Yeah,
In
it
the
was in the
amended-
packet.
Did one?
Oh, it was
Not
in
the
the,
amended
it
one,
was
it's
in
the
the,
original
Oh,
one.
the original.
it was in the original, even though it wasn't on the
Agenda.
Yeah,
agenda. Okay, yeah, I just looked at the agenda. I
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
through the.
It goes straight to the Google Drive.
Mhm.
That makes, yeah, that's probably the best way.
And do you prefer it all in one document or do you want me to,
I prefer one document.
one document?
Yeah, I like
Keep
one
scrolling
document.
because they're having to like open up attachments.
Yeah, so that's why I started doing it. I was like, I would be annoyed having to open up all these documents.
When it's a long one, I'm like, did I get all of them or did I miss a PDF?
Right, okay, I'll keep doing that then.
Sorry, I jumped in and just told you all what I like, but.
No, I asked.
You were asking.
If you like it separately, then you may go to the file folder, the Google Drive. Do you know how to, yeah, I've sent you links to that, you know how to access that.
I've been accessing that.
Do you need me to send it to you or send you a link or anything?
Well, I was trying to find it in the Google Drive. And
Here
I,
we have it. And
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
you wanna just look at it?
Oh,
yeah, you're stealing your stuff. There you go.
So like, letting her struggle.
Helping myself too.
Fine.
The question, it was capital.
capital outlay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that
was-
would be capital outlay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 26-2701. Endowment fund grants.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 262701.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
Where's this first?
So any further discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, motion carried. And I should have done this at the beginning of the meeting. Sue Dodge let me know a couple days ago that she was not going to make the meeting, so that's why she's absent. She is excused, if you will. Okay, so me and Cora over there sign. And we have to
Yes.
initial this as well?
Yeah, so initial and sign, initial the top, sign the bottom. And so for our bylaws say that anything gets signed by the chair and attested to by the treasurer. And so any contracts over my threshold, which is 15,000, I can sign the contracts below that. Anything above that, board has to approve and sign, and I do the resolutions as well.
Okay. All right. Shelby?
The first resolution of the year was not only moved by Iris, but it's for the book drop.
That's right. Good things, good things.
Okay, so item 5, fundraising discussion and next steps. We talked at the workshop about a number of ideas, and I know that we made some didn't make decisions, but we're moving forward with a few joint efforts. Is there anything that that you all want to vote on from this? Does that even, do we need a vote at this point? I'm not sure.
Like,
Julie took commitments away of her own work.
Right,
So that's
Yes.
happening.
right.
And if we want to do like a big event, or if we want to do QR codes, or if we want to do a Halloween, you know, at the library, then we should probably discuss that sooner than later.
Right.
I don't know. if you-
yeah, I don't think that there's a requirement for board authorization for any. I suppose
Like,
you could give guidance if you want a specific fundraiser, you could, but
staff to do something.
yeah, and even that, if the goal is for the staff to carry that out, then probably we would even discuss that and decide which would be the most feasible one, the one that we think be most well attended. I think I would probably talk extensively to Abigail because she has a lot of experience there. But anything that you guys specifically want to put on staff to-do list, then certainly.
So,
Right now, as the minutes say, I'm waiting, by the end of the month, I should have some information from Endowment Fund, Friends of the Library. And we'll start working on a brochure and printed materials of some sort. That's out this week, but I will talk to her when she's back about the big fundraiser, when and which.
well, I would certainly lean toward getting the staff's recommendations as far as what to do. I don't know about the rest of you, but
It's certainly if it's gonna be an annual, you know,
and
endeavor.
the work's gonna be on all your guys' shoulders, so
Although we'll all volunteer to.
yes, we will volunteer.
Help in whatever
That certainly would, yeah, if it's a board involved event, that certainly makes it easier.
I'd like to discuss maybe creating a mini capital campaign just around the book drop, because
Yes.
one of the easiest things to fundraise for is something that the patrons actually get to use,
Mhm.
as opposed to like the attic fire safing, like this doesn't have that same cachet.
I agree.
And so it might be nice to make sure that like the online donations, like functionality is
Okay.
with in enough time that we could announce you know, like, oh, the endowment fund has contributed X amount, this is how much we need to make our goal,
Mhm.
our dream, like rain-proofed
Yeah,
book drop. And any sort of parking lot improvements that need to be made in order to make that drive-through reality.
I can certainly
So
do
we
that. And
need
I was
a number
thinking
to
about
shoot
like,
for, right?
But just to.
I'm meeting tomorrow with Ron
Right.
Bodman. That is tomorrow, to get a sense, and he'll give me a quote for what we want to do out there. The question is, I suppose, do I get a quote for the all-out version, which would be, you know, turning the exit
Mhm.
stairs into a ramp,
Yeah.
covering that and putting
Yeah.
thing at the end
I think we
with
should.
ballast. I do want to say that
Yeah,
at the last meeting,
Mhm.
we kind of
we were like, it's
was like
on
no
our-
ballast, but I talked to other directors. I talked to Jeremy.
Yeah.
Their book return was hit.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have ballast, even though it was on a curve.
Yeah,
And so it's like, yeah.
yeah, let's go, let's find the number for the like. The most workable for both the public and the staff dream book drop,
Mhm.
and use that for our little mini capital campaign.
And see if we can hit it.
Do you guys pull out that direction ever?
I always do.
100% of the time.
Have you ever pulled out when somebody's parked there where we're talking about?
There used to be one specific woman.
She doesn't have her car anymore.
Okay, yeah, she would park there to talk to the gentleman that hangs out by the stairs. Yeah.
I'm only asking because I think coming around that corner,
And it was-
if there could be a way that there was a little cutout for a parking spot so that the drive, do you know what I'm saying? So like where the curb is, if it could kind of have an inlet where you could pull the car up, but which would be more work and more expense, but I think it would be a
At the
safety.
post office where it's a more clear, not necessarily, but.
Right, just a little where you pull into the drop and then pull back out so that if a car comes around, there's not
So
a
the-
car just.
Or like a bump, like a bump out, the way pedestrians have a bump out at the end of the
Mhm.
intersection.
Yeah, because it really is right in the driveway of the exit to just stop there.
When Sue and I tested it out with her car, we discovered that there is enough room, as long as people abide by the one way, there's enough room for like an entire van to get past and
You
someone there. But I think we need to figure out access control of just changing the culture of that back. I've been giving heavy glares at people who think that they're going to turn in, and I've successfully, and
Well,
the entrance is over there.
I always turned in and parked in that parking lot
Yeah.
because I always park over there.
Just
So
the
now I
walk.
go around and I've
Because
done it
you-
ever since.
You read the
But
signs, which is great, but we
no,
do.
because I'm in these meetings.
You also read the
But, yeah.
The signs are new, and I will
Yeah.
say that the person who was parking there, that was before the signs went up.
Mhm.
I don't think she necessarily, I don't know if it would have changed behavior, but
Yeah.
it was before the signs went up. I'm curious if we could include in the Bodeman quote, or estimate or whatever, the like more one-way arrows, like
Mm.
not quite like Bruin paw prints, but something where
Yeah.
it guides you all the way there, all the way to the exit. Although people's ability to follow the arrows at Fred Meyer doesn't. make
Yeah.
that-
And do you mean like the whole parking lot? Or just over in that?
Just like from around the corner all the way to Railroad
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm. Yeah, I'm worried about the traffic flow. People will adjust eventually. People do pull in that way because people pull in and park in that lot. They use that lot as its own thing.
yeah.
I, briefly thought about, well, maybe we could put the book drop in the island and people could go straight and then
Go around.
circle around, but then that's the
Like-
overhang and that's further.
And staff have to go even farther.
Right.
Like staff are going to an
And staff
island.
to cross the parking lot then, but I was like,
I
that,
can just imagine the hard stairs you'd get if it's the.
I'll talk to Ron. I mean, that may be a bigger, and I did tell him, if this gets certain size, then that changes the procedure for sure, that in terms of going out for a bid and those sorts of things. So I'll have more information come tomorrow, and I suppose the question is, if we are not having another meeting until August, do you guys want to wait until you can vote on this thing before we actually begin the project? So like we have these issues where we have the timing of between meetings, or
It depends on the size, right? So if you need to go over budget for it,
mhm,
I would say, let's have a special meeting and just do a quick one topic.
just a quick vote, discuss. Okay, so, and we could do a Zoom meeting too.
Because we're live
Yeah.
streaming them, right?
Yeah,
So
nobody has to.
Yeah,
be
that
here
would
in
work for
person.
me.
we can authorize the budget amount, because I think that it would be great to do it the way we want to do it and to try it out for fundraising.
Okay,
And if the fundraising is set up in such a way where the donations are just going to improvement fund and are unrestricted, if we over fundraise or it comes in under budget, it doesn't matter.
yeah. Although I suppose the odds of us getting those funds, are we gonna wait till we have the funds before we do the project?
I don't know if it needs to be. It can be around the fundraising can be around the energy of the.
Yeah.
And it could go towards signage or the
Right.
next project.
Yeah, we could pay for it with the money we have, but
Here's the
it's,
thing,
yeah.
here's what we're fundraising for. Or here's the newest project, you can contribute to the library's improvements here.
Mhm.
But that's just my 2 cents. I'd love to hear from Iris and Peggy and.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Like, I don't want to delay construction in this
Right.
town. We might have rain in September, we might have rain in
If we're
October.
waiting to have the funds, that could be never. I mean, we'll have the funds eventually. And I think the Friends of the Library will also contribute. I will talk to them. I'll get the quote, talk to them, and then I don't know how far our goal will be from that. And honestly, the endowment fund had a CD mature this week as well. And they're not opposed to considering another request. They're eager to get this project
We-
done as well.
We have a short window to decide and we haven't decided yet.
Right.
But if we do decide, we'll know soon.
Yeah. So in terms of the actual structure of the project, I'm assuming that if I think we're good on the way that he's,
Mhm.
then I'm okay to approve that, which is how I would normally proceed, but
I know
make
that,
sure that you guys don't want to vote on that as well.
I think with the caveat that the board has already discussed that we don't want a redwood tree removed.
Yes.
But we're fine with I think it's a manzanita or something that needs to be trimmed to get access to the
Mhm.
back door.
Yeah.
That's fine. And I think Sue would say that a primary concern is just like weather appropriateness for being just blocks away from the salty coast air.
Yeah.
And so we trust that you're gonna.
Yeah, that's already,
Most like quality.
yeah, they're not, nothing is gonna last forever, but they are made. They
If
do
it can
have-
handle like a Chicago winter. then-
Exactly. They have them in Seattle. You're right. For a while here, so. Yeah, so, okay, well, I can follow those orders.
And then as far as any other ideas for fundraising projects, et cetera, we're gonna have Julie talk to staff and get staff's input and then come back to us.
Yep.
Perfect. Anybody else have any other comments about fundraising? And
I am coming in late to the book
Well,
discussion,
this is.
but I
this is
love the
new.
project,
Yeah.
so.
It's new for everyone.
I'm just really happy that we're working with the other two
Yeah.
groups.
Mhm.
That's probably something that we should have done a long time ago.
I agree.
okay, director evaluation workshop. That's right. We were gonna do one of those. weren't we?
It's like, it's not scheduled yet, right?
No,
No, this
we're
was
talking about doing one.
just to get it scheduled, and I wanted
So
to,
we-
I mean, I can get this for you to just, because I want to show you guys both things.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
so, you know, I think there's better ways to do it, to make it more.
Okay.
And
Well, that's not everything. Show all
So this
that.
is workshopping then.
this is probably us scheduling a workshop.
Okay.
In which we.
Doing this weird, aren't I?
I'm like, there's
Do this.
multiple-
I don't need to do this
In a meeting,
because I'm already in a meeting.
but now we're not on the screen, big screen, which only matters to us, but doesn't matter to the live stream people.
Why did that not? Oh, it doesn't matter to the live stream people, I don't think. Yeah, let me double check.
I can,
But I wanted to show you guys that, so it does matter. Pause. I messed it up. Of course I did.
It's okay. No worries. It's still new to everybody.
But you could talk about the workshop without me, or continue about scheduling it.
Okay, so that's the workshop to discuss how to do it better.
yes.
Yeah, for instance, we talked about getting staff input, the director evaluation that makes more sense and was more. Not you, I guess user friendly is part of it, but
And useful to Julie as
and
well,
useful to Julie, yeah,
not just paperwork for the sake of paper.
so, which is what it felt this last time. And it's funny, when I was at the SDAO, the Special Districts Association of Oregon workshop last month, that came up, performance evaluations came up, and they mentioned considering soliciting staff feedback to the board. So we're on the same track as SDAO would be.
So when are you wanting to schedule a Kathy?
Well,
Or when is our next evaluation?
Not typically, the schedule is that you do it in. Hang on, I have it written down with we were a little behind this year.
Right,
Let me. Right place. Director eval, March is the typical time. Let's see,
is discussion or when we get it to. our-
that's when it's delivered typically,
Okay,
yeah,
Okay, so that is a little bit of lead time,
yeah.
because if we're talking about changing the process, then having staff weigh in,
Mhm.
it's like. I take one.
well, and I'm thinking, if we have a workshop on this in no later than, say, September, that's probably a good idea. That'll give us the fall and the early winter to,
we're not gonna do anything on the holidays.
no.
We'll all have good intentions now and then we won't do anything.
If we could get
Right.
something decided in September and worked up in October.
Yeah.
And approved in November.
Yeah.
We're good, we're golden. And if the holidays get in the way and we don't approve anything till January, we still have plenty of time.
I like
Does
it.
that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so September is what I'm shooting for then.
Okay, I just poked around a little bit to see if there was anything, like obviously available. So SDAO has some general guidance and what they have, and they do have consultants who will come, and we get so many free hours of consultancy work by being members, so they could come and do a training. There is also these part 1 and 2 trainings that are both about 45 minutes. So I don't know what you guys want to do in the workshop, but there is also,
I'll commit to watching the 2 trainings in advance of the September meeting workshop,
okay,
so that we can talk.
I'd be happy to do that as well.
We all,
Yeah.
that gives us
I
like,
was gonna say, do you want us all
Maybe
to
send
watch
us
it?
the links.
okay.
that's less than a minute of watching per day.
That'd be quite a commitment to watch a minute. a day. But there are other options too, like League of Oregon Cities. This is one of their trainings. We're not members of them, but there is online information available through them, and they have a lot of good information. They have this presentation that is available on their website.
Have you ever felt a particular type of evaluation process or a component of it was particularly useful that you like for your learning style or for your work style? I've done how you know.
I would say if anything, I'm just more goal oriented than
Yeah.
anything else. I mean, it's always good to hear feedback, but the part of it that's particularly useful is looking forward.
Right.
I mean, obviously corrections, I want to know if I need to make corrections, but
Right.
goals are my preferred, but
Like even just going through the strategic plan.
yeah,
Could be.
maybe, or like goals for my own. If there's something that you want me to build skills in, or, be
Or that you wanna
more
build.
educated in, or yeah,
Mhm.
something that I might want to grow in. The State Library of Oregon does also have learning resources, and they have consultants. Darcy Hanning is a continuing education coordinator. She came down and did our first strategic plan. I don't know if you remember, you weren't around then. She might have just met with staff. I don't know if she met with I think she did. You weren't on the board then. You might. Do you remember the first strategic plan we
She
did?
looks familiar to me.
We did, it was a shorter process than the second one, but they do a fair amount of training options. And also through ALA, there is a trustee academy. But you do have to be, I think, an ALA member or get a code from the state library. So
We can access the SLO trainings.
yeah, SDAO, you mean? Yeah.
The SDAO we can, but the one that was just one.
Oh, yes, you should be able to. Well,
The short takes for
Let's
trustees.
see.
ALA learning, what it means to
Like
be a
one is
trustee.
evaluating the library director.
Oh, down, yeah, I
It's a
see it.
10-minute video. That would be
Evaluating the library director.
Where, you see it where?
Oh, it's in this,
Oh, in this
topics are,
list.
the topics are.
But I wonder how to get it.
I don't know. Oregon, oh wait. Oregon statewide access. There might be a code to get. I can reach out to them and ask. I didn't do a deep dive, but
That would-
obviously there's some time, so that might be an option too. And this was just 5 or 10 minutes of me poking around a little bit, so.
Well, yeah, if you could send us some links of some ways that we can educate ourselves.
Should we divide and conquer? In other words, you do one and you do one?
They come back and teach each other.
I don't think they're terribly long. I mean, how long?
Those ones are 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. I mean, I'm happy. I would like to know all of it personally.
I imagine they're gonna be somewhat repetitive.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the 10-minute ones, they're gonna be pretty
Yeah.
surface level. I don't know.
I'm just hoping to garner little ideas because I've experienced some like particularly uninspiring
Yes,
annual reviews that are not helpful. The feedback is so late in time. It's not necessarily forward looking, or the goals seem like make work.
Mhm.
And so I'd love to get tips for these director positions where it's not like you're a cashier and you need to work on like
right,
turnover time or packing the bags
Right,
faster or
right.
something.
I agree.
Well, and I'm at a real disadvantage because I have not evaluated nor been evaluated by anybody in 25 years.
Entrepreneurial life.
Exactly. So
Change that.
You can start doing some self-evaluations.
there you go.
Maybe you'll learn how you want to set up your annual review with yourself.
Self-evaluation can be a part of anyone's evaluation.
That is
I
true.
have worked places where you have to do a self-eval as part of the annual process too. I don't like that part.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, my goal is to keep it simple, but make it useful,
Mhm.
you know, and, you know, so we don't need 10 pages of,
Right.
you know, this and that, but whatever we do needs to be, useful to both Julie and us.
I think the most difficult part for a board is you don't work with me in day in and day
Exactly.
out. So
We can evaluate your work.
you can evaluate
Mhm.
my success and what you
Mhm.
see of me and get information from the staff about other things
Yeah.
or the public. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you
Yeah.
engage.
Yeah. But I
Or
know,
if you want to open that door, maybe I retract that.
This form.
SEO has so much, like you say, so
Mhm.
many resources that,
Mhm.
I do think we probably would be, it would be a good idea to at least look at them and maybe reach out to them if we decide we need it. But first a workshop. I mean, we could do this, we could possibly do this by ourselves too.
I think so. I think the most complicated part will be probably deciding on a form,
Mhm.
you know, the actual
And they probably have
standardized.
templates even. I'm sure they would, yeah.
And the process,
Mhm.
Mhm.
how do we want this to work?
Right.
And the typical, yeah, you typically say you guys fill this out by yourself and come back and you'll compile them. Maybe it needs to be a group conversation, which would be
Executive session.
executive session.
Yeah.
You know, you could have, I think,
To discuss.
certainly you can deliver the evaluation, but I think you can discuss performance of the director and
Well,
executive session.
September and October are filling up, so they'll have to pick a date for us
Yeah.
to, then, and my understanding is we will do the advanced work of
Yes.
enriching ourselves with these resources.
Mhm.
Then in September, we
Yeah.
meet and we'd actually propose, like, here's how we think we should change it, here's the ideas.
But I'd like to see how. Because I mean, if we're gonna create something brand new, it's gonna take time to create that
Yeah.
thing and. Yeah, so I will say this, I have family potentially coming for the first time in a long time. September 18th through the 24th, which there is a board meeting right in the middle.
Mhm.
It also happens to be my 18th anniversary, so.
The board meeting?
The board meeting, yes.
Well, I mean, we can always
No,
reschedule
it's
board
okay,
meetings
it's
too,
okay.
just so you know.
We should bring him here.
No, I won't.
I've never seen-
I know, nobody has.
No one has.
It's secret.
We don't know if he's a real.
No, I'd be happier at home. But other than that particular week, you know, right now I'm pretty flexible. We want to keep it on
You
a
guys have-
Tuesday.
We have Wednesday choir practice.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. We will have Wednesday rehearsals by then. So that night's
Are we
out.
looking for a Tuesday then?
The Tuesdays are good just because I generally have nothing but
How about you, Peggy?
this meeting on Tuesdays.
I really don't have anything that I can go in September. I didn't bring my calendar with me, but
Mhm.
can't think of anything.
So Tuesday, September 8th is the day after Labor Day
The week before the board meeting.
and the week before the board meeting. We could just do Tuesday, September 15th. That's 2 weeks before the board, isn't it?
No, the board meeting is on the 15th.
15th. You know what? That is not my anniversary.
So your anniversary is 22nd then.
Yes,
Okay.
good thing we.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't love the idea of it being after a holiday, just because
Yeah, me
people, it tends to be a little busy here because people extend past holidays to get extra long weekends.
We could do the first.
I could do it, but
I'm totally fine with that.
I'd rather not do it before Labor Day.
Okay, so how about the 22nd then?
that's your anniversary.
That's okay.
About the 29th.
It's my birthday,
Trust me.
so we should do a party.
Oh, there you
We should do an
go.
Anniversary birthday party.
Sure. Your birthday's the 22nd.
It is.
We're gonna schedule a workshop on your birthday and your anniversary. Is that really what we're doing?
Yes.
I love those.
I was saying.
Is it 29th?
I just wanna know.
When's your birthday?
Oh,
Let's schedule-
I need to recant. I need to recant.
Like, is the 29th too late? Is there a problem with the 29th?
Yeah, I'll be, by then I'm like. in
Oh,
Chicago.
okay. It doesn't need to be a Tuesday.
It doesn't need to be a Tuesday. Tuesdays work for me and the 22nd is totally fine with me.
So it's for me too.
All right.
Trust me, we,
It's your guys' birthday.
So are we doing this evening or daytime?
I have a meeting until 5 o'clock that day, so I could do in the 1 to 3:30 window, but I don't know about your kids.
Yeah, that's kind of hard for me because I think
So-
I will be schooling by then,
Okay,
so.
so I'll have to do afternoons.
6.
evening's fine, 6 is fine. Okay. So library workshop.
And if we all do our homework and have ideas, it'll be short and sweet.
Mhm.
Right, I can get it on the calendar. And, well, Do you want me to attend that? I suppose you do. I
Sure,
mean, as,
Yeah,
okay,
because we're not evaluating you, we're asking,
okay.
wanting to make sure it's helpful to you.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you need to be.
That makes
So that you
sense,
can
yeah.
say.
We don't want
"Nope,
to come up
that's-
with a whole,
True.
you'd be like, oh, this isn't gonna help
This
you.
doesn't work for me. As if I would say
Staff are gonna,
that.
Okay, we're talking about September
22nd,
Second.
yeah, 6.
at what time?
6:00.
it's a sneaky way to make sure you all come to my birthday.
See what you did there.
Who knows, I might wear a little.
Anniversary
Anniversary
crown,
crown or something.
funny hats.
Sure, we could do that. I know where to get them. Okay, cool.
You're allowed to accept cake gifts if they're less than $50, so.
Although from other board members, is there really a limit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Join, I vote for you all.
You can spend thousands on Cora.
I was saying I would bring the cake, you can accept the cake.
Oh,
for
right.
me.
Okay.
It's not implying the reverse.
Well, I would let you, because I'm not bringing anything. Okay, director's report.
It's gonna be.
Let's see. Open mine up.
Could I suggest on the workshop that we do an email reminder?
Of course, yeah. Well, I'll certainly email out.
The workshop.
I would email out the agenda and everything as normal, at
Okay.
least the week before, or the weekend before. Okay, so the big news, I suppose, is that I decided to push the landscape RFP.
Yeah.
Um,
Good, I think good choice.
yeah, so I think we will have at least 2 more bids. I have a meeting with one of the bidders who wants to do a walk around later this week, and then had a phone conversation with another to answer questions, so
Great.
that'll be good. We'll have more options. And then some proceed dates. I actually got a schedule from the access control project, which I can show you. I just got it today and haven't looked much at it, but let's see. Was the wrong share, but. So, it's not a great format, but this is what they have the schedule at for the work. So starting on the 28th. You can see, the start and end date. So it'll be starting June 20 or July 28th and finishing August 14th is the
Fantastic.
laid out schedule.
And we're
So-
not, we need to close.
When we did the initial plan, they said they would work before 10 primarily with the loud stuff. So, because they said they would start at like 6 or 7 anyway. So I don't think we're gonna have to close. He said he would let me know throughout if anything changed on that, but I guess that's one question. This should be done before the next board meeting. Yay. If something comes up that we do need to close, I believe the bylaws or my contract, something says somewhere that in order to close the library, I need to talk to at least 2 board members. So if something comes up, then I'll probably contact you and then one up somebody else,
Okay.
whoever I can get in touch with.
Okay.
But I don't anticipate it, but just in case,
Okay.
that would be how I would manage that.
I think I'd want to, hoping that doesn't happen, but I would love for you to, if that happens, to check the tide pool room schedule and make sure no one has a court date.
Of course, good idea.
And contact them
Yeah.
directly instead of just canceling the reservation.
Right, yeah, we certainly, when we do have to close, we look at all the room reservations and
Okay.
contact everyone.
Perfect, okay.
But for a court date, I mean, I might come in anyway and let them, and that's something that would be an ordeal to reschedule for someone or cancel for someone, so I hope it doesn't happen. Hopefully we won't have to deal with that. We haven't had anyone, I don't think, in a while.
Can I see that calendar?
Sure, let me get it back open again.
Okay.
So exciting. I can't wait for the makerspace to like become a reality, not
I
just
know.
Yes.
a line item on the grant.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, we have that, we designate it as a makerspace with the renovation, which has been years now, so.
I think once it's up and going, some of the, I don't want to call it opposition, but resistance.
Yeah.
Is gonna gradually go away.
Oh, sure. Well, it'll be, to be able to see it, experience it.
And need to use it once they
And
see
need to
what's
use
there.
it, sure. Sure.
Are you going to be getting more space freed up in the workroom once?
Well, all the buttons and everything should be going there, and the die cut machine, all of that stuff that's kind of over on the, between Carla and Phil,
Yeah.
that should be cleared up quite a bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be good. Let's see, director's report, let me get back to that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, stats are stats.
I have a curiosity about the doggy bag canisters. Is
Yes.
there a different person to refill them? Is it the janitor or is it a different staff person?
The janitor would be the one who empties and fills them. Yeah, yeah.
He's keeping an eye on it then.
Well, we haven't put those up yet. Yeah, so that's just been there. I think I'm gonna ask Ron Bodman when I meet with him tomorrow. He'll put those up for me. Just because they're big, heavy signs and they've been sitting in my office for a little while. But yeah, Richard, I just blinked on the janitor's name. Yeah, he's been great. He's been doing the new trash cans and everything, but I'll make sure he keeps an eye on those, or we'll tell him when they're full or something. So, yes. Anything else in the director's report? Any questions about anything on there or comments?
Why maybe this is the right time for this. I was curious
Yeah,
what's going
go
in the makerspace.
Well, we have grant funds from the Friends of the Library that they gave us a few years, 2 years ago now, at least 2 fiscal years ago, at least. And so the only things that we currently own are the button maker, and we have a die cut machine with a bunch of different shapes that you can cut out and do crafts. Do you know what a die cut machine is? Teachers often use it. It's basically like a press thing.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like a more primitive cricket.
Cricket, like
Yeah.
old school cricket.
Yeah, old school cricket. Yeah.
You purchase cartridges with
Yeah.
different shapes and stuff, and then,
Or you can emboss with
yeah,
it.
embossing
Okay.
folders
Yeah,
or.
different things like that. And so it's one of those. We have a large format printer, not as big as the one in Gold Beach, but we do have one.
By 17 or?
No, bigger than that. It's like,
Okay.
it's,
24 by 36.
it's, the printer's about this wide.
Oh, wow.
It's big. Yeah, it's in the server room. I can show you when we leave if you want to see it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
But that was actually, I mentioned a while ago, a donation from an employee at Gold Beach Library. He had, it was his personal one. So Eric is figuring that out. So open to suggestions. The ultimate answer is things that the community would use. We plan to charge for supplies, just cost basically. And, maybe a few cents extra to pay for upkeep or replacement. But like a 3D printer, although we didn't put exhaust in there, so I'd have to be careful about which kind we got, because some of them require exhaust. And then we would charge, by the foot for the thread or something like that. So anything that people can interact with, sewing machines, those sorts of things can all go in there,
Okay, cool.
So some people have Sizzix, that crickets, that kind of thing.
I emailed Eric a list of ideas, but maybe I should have sent it to you. I don't.
You can send it to me as well. Yeah.
And the subject line was like library of things or makerspace, because some of the things could be like checked out. or-
Yes, either way.
Just
Yeah.
ahead.
Some people do circulate sewing machines and things like that as well. It's a process, and for some bigger libraries, they would have dedicated makerspace staff. And so when we did the renovation, we didn't just budgetarily, it didn't even really occur to me to enclose that space. It would have cost, it would have bumped the cost up more, and we were trying to cut places. And then we realized with the staff that we have, like, we need to be able to lock that stuff up more than an open room would be able to. And so it was like, oh, well, we can't really just put a whatever sewing machine in there and leave it open for anyone to touch whenever they want to. We need to have like staffed hours and things like that. So
Be maybe trained before you use large format.
right, yeah, you can training, make sure you know how to use it, and then
Those grant funds came from the Friends of the Library, came in in the budget year that ended 23. So I don't know if it was
Wow.
22 or.
yeah. And so we'll use those, and then I'm sure they would give us more, honestly. And that would be something easy to fundraise for also. Hey, we want to buy
A 3D printer or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Mhm.
Although the ventilation, I understand exhaust and remind me, is the 28th through the 14th will also be working on the front doors or no? Is that already?
Yes, no, yeah, that access control and makerspace wall, so that'll be both of
And
those.
this,
Yes, key card access,
which is gonna be fantastic. So
it'll be so great, yeah, so,
your cat don't have to be here for everything.
yeah, so we can program key cards for people who, the goal is partially to make these rooms available after hours, which we used to do forever ago. Yeah, so that way we can, you know, for
Like League of Women. Voters.
trusted people who use the rooms, you know, have a process, possibly deposits or charging for after hours. We'll talk about that policy stuff later, but then we can program a key that lets them in. And then we can just, if they don't return the key, we can, you know, deprogram it or change the code or whatever. So that'll be this room and the forest or the
River.
room, thank you. And I think the annex meeting room as well. So
I know, Julie, some months ago, you and I had mentioned, we had talked briefly about needing to look at the reservation policy again.
yes. Mhm.
And I think that would be a nice goal. I'm not saying you need to finish this by
Yeah.
August 14th, but it'd be a nice goal to unveil the access control possibility with
With the
whatever
policy.
policy you want to have in place at the time. So we're
Yeah.
not changing things up on people.
Yeah, that's.
The particular situation that caught my attention is that the meeting policy and the meeting reservation says that meetings have to be open to the public, but obviously the tide pool room is not open to the
Mhm.
public and we have
Mhm.
court access, so it can't be.
Right.
And that it needs to be a not-for-profit. You can't be in here like, you could be here like helping someone with the Vista for America tax preparation, but you shouldn't be
Mhm.
like charging people for tax help.
Right.
But I know that some of the tutors charge, and
Right.
that's a little tricky thing, and I'd love for you to think about how you'd like to handle
Well,
it.
I've thought about the tutors in particular, and for a while in the beginning, it was like we didn't allow tutors to reserve the rooms because they weren't being paid. And so, and then it was just like, that doesn't make any sense. We're a library. We should
Yeah,
allow tutors to
tutoring.
use the space. And so that one just became kind of
Or
an
like,
exception.
If someone's
Or
doing it
people meet with their
online,
lawyers. People use the meeting room to have, you know, with an attorney from out of town, and they don't live in town. So there are legitimate uses. It is a very standard library practice that meetings have to be open to the public.
Yeah.
And I don't fully understand if that's a law or if it's because it's, you know, it's a tax supported entity.
as a, like, it makes sense not to rent this room for a private
Birthday
birthday party,
parties
we're
and
gonna
stuff,
let, you
yeah.
know, but it's different to say like in the tide pool room, someone's meeting with their public defender on the kiosk.
Right,
It's like-
and of course, and you know, when I tell people that policy, I say the odds that someone's gonna walk in are like next to nothing, because very rarely does anyone do that, but it does occasionally happen.
Right.
You know, it does, like there might be a meeting in here, someone will wander in, just see what's going on. And so, yeah, certainly that's been on my list for a long time, and I think I'm just a little
That's making me
befuddled by it.
a little bit apprehensive. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it's time to register a room for the bazaar.
Oh, yeah, I really wouldn't worry about it too much.
And
like I
having
said.
people walk in the middle of 3 zillion phone calls to schedule 150 people
Well,
for the
nobody does
bazaar.
walk in.
Yeah.
I would be the only person who's like, what's the library program? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be actually just me and Iris, we're the ones who.
Well, and let's
I
just go
experience quite
there.
a few people walk into things that I schedule.
Oh, well, they do walk into the LGBTQ, like the pride events that people do push the boundary with that. So there is that. But we do,
Yeah,
but we do have the policy that you can't be disruptive. So the moment something happens, we can then tell them to leave. Although if there's after hours, that's also kind of after hours meetings. There are questions of liability and of
Right.
insurance and those sorts of things. But again, nothing has changed and I wouldn't expect anything to
I was gonna
act
say,
be different.
we could send out a thing that says, only by phone.
Maybe. Yeah,
If that could be a real mess.
yeah.
I want that space.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't expect any different than what you normally
Yeah.
have, but that is technically the rule.
September 9th, I'll send you an.
Okay. Gotcha. Do it soon, as we're starting to plan. I think we're starting to plan for September programs. We're working further in advance than we
Yeah.
used to, so,
I've been citing really fun checks.
yeah,
I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that one.
I'm excited. The Oregon Shakespeare Festival is
That's the
coming.
one I'm most
Oh,
excited
my
about.
gosh, really?
I didn't know if I was allowed
really?
to talk about it, but there were, I was like, this is fantastic.
That is very cool. What are they bringing?
I don't know what that, I mean,
It's like what they do at a school field trip.
Workshop?
So like whatever they would bring to like a gymnasium.
Oh,
Mm.
gosh.
Like do a school field trip sort of thing. It's their like, I don't remember, what do they call it? It's like OSF
I don't even remember.
outdoors or OSF in the classroom
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that'll be a good one.
Thing I've never been to.
Oh,
Shakespeare Festival. I know.
I haven't either. I've
I'm a
been,
very sheltered
I've always
person.
meant to go to it. Haven't.
So that's what I'm doing the weekend after my birthday.
Oh,
I'm
fun.
gonna go see a show. See,
Which one?
which is not, I understand.
well,
In the.
yeah.
Still
in the-
Still good.
So director's reports. I do want to just let you guys know, side note, that even with all of the fuss about the IMLS and LSTA, a lot of jargon there, funds possibly going away. So Institute of Museum and Library Sciences, federal group that provides Library Sciences and Technology Act funds to libraries across the country. IMLS is one of the agencies that Trump wanted to shut down, did not succeed in that. So we get money funneled from them to the state library, and they provide ready to read grants to every library that applies essentially. And ready to read, you'll see that on the grant thing that we get every year. We budget for it every year, and that is funding for summer reading programs specifically. Or you can also apply to use it for literacy. I don't think it has to be summer reading, but everyone uses it for summer reading. And so that we typically get, what is it, 20 something hundred?
24.
Yeah, but something happened. There was an email. I don't fully understand why that number went up. And so this coming summer, we're gonna get over 4,000 for summer reading. So
Cool.
nice little bump. It's always been 2,000. It goes up, $50 here and there. So that'll be nice.
Fantastic.
Able to do bigger programs like that. when we're bringing people in.
And it seems like any summer reading program activity you do, you have the people there.
Yeah,
So
yes. People are here for summer programs for sure. So. Yeah, but that's it for director's report, unless you guys have any questions. Yesterday I did a talk at PEO.
Oh, great.
It was great.
It
Oh,
was
good.
nice.
Thank you. I was totally unprepared, so I'm glad to hear it went well. I mean, I can talk about the library. It's not like it was just, how can you support? Here's what we have. Yeah.
I think most of the other ladies were amazed at how much is going
Wonderful.
on.
That's what I aim to do, is to impress the people with everything that we offer. Yeah, which I think is impressive.
Yeah.
People are always surprised by what libraries bring.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but it was good. Lovely group of women. But that's it for me.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Board member announcements, and I would like to start that.
Okay.
So
And this is just so you don't have to say anything.
Okay.
This is the
Like, well,
opening,
shoot.
this is opening the floor if boards, if you have anything you want to talk about, if you've done anything. If you have questions for me, if you have a topic that you want to bring up, unless it's something big that the public should be noticed about, that should be on the agenda. If you want me to put something on a future agenda, so just kind of an open floor place for you to say something if you want to.
Okay.
So I went to the SDAO workshop in Klamath Falls last month, and it was full of lots and lots of information. The thing that I want to bring up today with you guys is we as elected officials in Oregon are mandatory reporters, each one of us. And that means that we all have to do training. And there is a link on this sheet that I'll get you guys this through email to look into it. But it's statute. So I didn't realize that.
I didn't even really think about the staff had been through mandatory
but
reporting training, and I
elected
didn't even think
officials,
to
yeah.
include the board.
Yeah. Yeah, it says elected officials in Oregon and members of state boards or commissions. This means every board member of a special district is a mandatory reporter and must complete training.
Does it say just once or does it say annually?
Oh, I don't know that it's.
I don't think it's an
on a
annual one.
recurring.
For the Oregon State Bards, we just do it every 3 years.
Okay.
And same thing for being a minister, it's every 3 years. So
So
hopefully.
probably not.
Hopefully it's a 3 year.
I think the like the public meeting law one is annual, and that's an unusual one.
Right.
Or maybe that's
I
once
think
per term.
Once a term.
Once a term,
I
yeah,
think it's once a term. It's the same with, well,
okay.
that's what the public meeting one is, but once a term
Yeah.
also. So, and, note here. Oh, there's a subgroup of SDAO called PACE. I couldn't tell you what that stands for. It's meant for schools, but SDAO can schedule training free of charge for our district. So I will share some of this information with you and with all of you so that we can
I could probably, it might be a time for me to schedule one for staff too.
Okay.
We have a couple of new staff members who may not have
Okay.
gone through it. It's never bad to get a refresher,
Okay. All right.
but yeah.
Yeah.
We could even do it by Zoom, I would assume.
I think so. I imagine. Yeah. So that was half of the second day was about mandatory reporting. It was a big deal. The only other things, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you guys right now. I did learn that SDIS, Special District
Insurance services.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Offers security grants, which matches up to a $5,000 project. So we come up with 2,500, they match 2,500.
We got
It
one
opens,
once.
yeah, it opens mid-July. It's first come, first serve. You should get an email if you haven't already got one. And we can apply for the money for any security thing, like door locks or, I don't know, cameras or.
I can't remember. It was like my first or second year.
Okay.
And then I applied another time and it was because we had already gotten one that we didn't get it.
Okay.
But it was just like the next year. I can't remember. If it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know if we have a project in mind that we would want to apply to a grant, but anytime I hear about free money, it's like.
I'm like access.
I think
the
it
book
might have
drop.
been, the cameras.
Security of the books and the new book drop.
Yeah, something, I mean, I don't know.
The ballasts.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sure.
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, so.
That concrete doesn't pay for itself.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure that
It
you
could be
would
property damage.
Right.
come up with some.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
You can always find a theme in there.
There are some notes I took that really are something I need to go over with Julie. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything else. It's a policy question. So there may be some things coming up on agendas that we'll have to decide on. There's a few things, I don't know if we already do them or not. So let me just talk with Julie first. But that was the main, the other thing, this really applies more to Julie than anybody else. But according to SDAO, our minutes are supposed to be listing the votes by name, even if it's unanimous.
I asked someone about that one time
Mhm.
and I think I asked the local government law group.
Okay.
And
they said no?
they said I can't remember the specifics. I was left with the answer of if I included who all was present at the top, and then I say unanimous,
Mhm.
and then unless there's someone who abstains or votes no, if you may notice that if anyone votes
Yeah,
no,
you
then I
mentioned
list
them, yeah.
everyone's names.
Yeah.
But I can start listing
Well,
everyone's names
I
out if
don't
we
know.
want
I
to stick
mean,
to it more specifically.
If you
Do you
already
know
looked into
if
it,
that's, you don't
I've
know?
always followed the same practice that you have. I haven't looked into it, but hasn't been challenged by anyone.
Yeah.
I will say that SDAO is the people that were there were very particular
Yeah.
and and so
Do you know who did the training? by any chance?
I have.
Was it someone with SDAO or
Yeah.
was it Spencer Rockwell?
Yeah, Spencer was one of them.
He is like. He's been a super help for us. He
Mhm.
was particularly helpful with us during the whole commissioner
Uh-huh.
thing. But of course, he's an attorney and
Yeah.
he's very he's gonna give you the advice that
Yeah,
is
it
the
was,
safest.
I'm sure it was Spencer that,
Yeah.
because I had the day one was great. It was all for boards. And day two was more for staff really. But I still learned some things. But yeah, I had all kinds of questions. And yeah, it was, I could tell that SDAO sees things very narrowly.
Mhm.
And I mean, I get it. But let's see if there's anything else. We do all as a board have to be careful that when we're speaking in public, that we're not giving anyone the impression that we're speaking for the board.
Unless we are.
Unless we've designated you as a spokesperson. But I think we already know all that. And let's see, I think that's pretty much it. It was mainly that mandatory reporter thing. Yeah, everything else is really something I can talk to Julie about. So thank you for sending me.
Yeah.
I would encourage you guys to go. There's, they're doing this every, 3 months or so? And there's one up in Florence, like in October. The reason I went to Klamath is because October is a bad time for me to be gone. But the Florence one would be the same thing. It's 2 full days.
And it's a new fiscal year, so that makes it better for. our
Yeah,
budget, too,
exactly,
'cause
exactly.
The other years got paid out of last
Right.
fiscal year.
Right. So I would definitely. encourage-
Well, wait, no, it didn't. The credit card payment for the lodge, that was out of last, okay, never mind.
Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
good.
Yeah, I sent those details.
Okay, yeah, I saw you
Last day.
requested the receipt, so I didn't know if it had been paid.
Yeah, it got.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Yeah, that was all I had. Okay, so thank you.
You got anyone else?
Well, I think I'm just gonna repeat what I said the other night. If you didn't know, Jeremy, the director of the Gold Beach Library, is doing an outstanding job of putting together historical materials
Local history.
regarding Curry County. And he, in his social media lengthy discussion, he mentioned if people had historical items like old books, old diaries, anything that might pertain to things of interest in this area, that I'm just really thrilled that he's doing this. And I know that I have a book at home that's a really old history of Coos and Curry counties that was, I don't know how many copies there are around, but I thought, I don't know if I want to give it to the Gold Beach Library.
Right.
Make it cold if
But
it's.
maybe we could make a listing of what we might have in
Mhm.
our stock so that they can post it in the room that they're setting aside.
Also available at,
Like
Yeah.
a research room.
maybe, yeah, I'll talk to Jeremy and see, this was the post. This is the long post, but it's basically saying that,
As a researcher, he had a hard time getting his hands on a copy of a book about Curry County after traveling to Curry County to try to get it,
yeah.
and end up having to pay like a ton of money to get like an academic copy.
So here's a list of you can see a list of what is in the collection. And so he's calling it the Oregon collection. And it says outside of the Oregon Historical Society in Portland, Curry Public Library now has the best publicly accessible collection related to the history of Curry County. They have most copies of most of the items in their general collection that you can check out, but the full collection together is for reference only. I think you have to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Access is by appointment. Researchers need to sign a special agreement. So, but very cool.
Very cool.
I'm sure he already has all the Walt Schroeder books, but I have those. If you don't have them in stock, I can donate them.
I don't even know what those are.
Walt Schroeder was, he was a 4-H agent in Gold Beach for 10 years. He was also a state representative. And he wrote historical books about Curry County
Oh, okay.
and a Gold Beach resident. And I think I have all of them.
He probably has them, but yeah, I mean,
So if we had a special area, I'd be happy to
Yeah.
donate. those.
okay. All right, I will.
Now, that reminds me, I'll add to my
Sure.
list to contact the folks over at Chetco Valley Historical Museum, because I think that we have a stack of books that we can't display because we don't want people, like there's pretty much the library or the museum's open access, people can just touch most things, and there's no good having a book in a glass case. But if it was by appointment only in a research setting, maybe they'd want to move the books where they could actually be viewed.
Yeah, good announcement. Worthy. Yeah, Jeremy's doing
Oh, I'm,
cool things.
I need to make an appointment. I'm so anxious to see it.
Yeah.
Ladies, do either one of you have something to share?
I signed up for my trainings.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Great.
I'll be out of the country for our next meeting, so, but I hope that if you need a special meeting for the book drop, that I could be available. I can't promise it. No, I'll try. I'll be at a 9-hour time change.
Yeah, where are you going? You told me
Wow.
about this.
I'm going on a family history trip to the Azores,
So nice.
and I'm going.
Azores.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to go to the church where my great grandparents were baptized and married, and through those records. And I'll be arriving the day of the Big Village Festival, which is like a homecoming, and everyone comes home, and I will happen to be there and get to meet her.
Very cool.
How
Beautiful.
exciting is that?
And I'll also be going via. We fly from Medford to San Francisco to Barcelona, and we'll stick around in Spain long enough to see the total solar eclipse.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. That's coming up. Yeah.
Very cool.
So the history of your family is Portuguese?
Yeah, Azorean, though, I don't think that they were on mainland ever.
We had an exchange student through Rotary, who was from South Africa, but her family was from the Azores.
Really?
So we learned quite a bit about the Portuguese. When her family came to visit, her mother brought with her the equipment to fix salted cod for
The
us.
bacalhau, yeah.
Had a heck of a time finding the right kind of salted cod.
Yeah.
And boy, it was good. I'll tell you.
Oh, you liked it?
Doesn't
Okay.
sound
I
good.
hear that people have a strong opinion one way or the other, but fishing families probably have
Right.
a leg up
I
on
think
it.
his mother was really quite a good cook.
Yeah.
Or her mother.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Well, I think that's everything unless there's something we have not said.
No, welcome to
right.
the board, Iris.
Yes, welcome to the board.
Thank you for doing it.
Meeting adjourned.